All right, let's get to the streets are talking. There was big news that happened this year. It was big news for me anyway. I was super into it because some people are on this stuff and they want to pretend like, no, I just ate juices and berries and I got small. Well, the queen deity Oprah herself admitted that she didn't say what she was on, but she did reveal to People, according to People magazine, that she was using weight loss medication as a maintenance tool, which a lot of people do. Like, there's no shame in it. But I am happy that Oprah admitted that. So she didn't owe it to us.
Right.
Her business is her business. But I am happy because it humanizes her and makes us feel, like, okay, well, we relate because we have, weight issues too. And she's always been that way. She's in her 70s now, which, I remember when Oprah debuted on air, and now she's in her 70s. But she has dealt with yo-yoing weight for over 5 decades, which I also completely understand. And one quote that she said is I realized I'd been blaming myself all these years for being overweight, and I have a predisposition that no amount of willpower is going to control. Obesity is a disease. It's not about willpower. It's about the brain. I completely understand that. Like and it's also the food that we eat here. It is designed to be addictive. So she has not opted to publicly say which weight loss medication she's on. But when she came out and said this moment in the 80s, I think it was 1988, where she basically starved herself and lost a ton of weight. When Oprah first came out, she was heavyweight. And then slowly but surely she was losing weight, but we didn't see her for a while. And she starved herself and had this big reveal. A liquid diet.
Yes.
And had this big reveal on the Oprah Winfrey Show. And she literally wheeled out this wagon of fat that our executive producer just told me it was like animal parts. Like it was literal lard that was out on that wagon. And she was just saying, I can't believe I carried all this weight around. And it was a like America celebrated. Yes. Like, oh my God, did you see Oprah? She's so small. Do you remember watching that episode?
No, we all watched it together. I was on campus at Spelman at the time.
Wow.
And so we all watched that together in the dorm because back then we had a TV room. Everybody didn't have individual TVs and these tricked out suites like I see now. But back then you had a small dorm room and then everybody watched TV together. And so we would all watch Oprah together after class. And so I remember that being a big deal on Spelman's campus when she rolled out. It was a wagon, like a children's wagon full of fat.
Yeah.
And how tiny she was in the tight jeans.
Yes.
Yes.
She had on high-waisted tight jeans, probably Levi's and a black turtleneck. Yes. And I'm not going to lie, Oprah looked good.
Fantastic.
I mean, we saw her face, everything looked good. And she talked about, on that show, I remember she talked about she wanted to eat so bad in the middle of the night. And she called somebody. Maybe it was Gail's husband at the time. I don't remember who. It was somebody in her circle. And they had to talk her through, don't do it. Just drink something. But the humiliation of what it's like after those kind of trickery diets don't work. And then you slowly gain the weight back. And how she talked about, how she felt during that process. I've been through that, where I've lost weight. I've gotten down to a size 6. And, in a kind of like a confidence booster. It's like, I'm going to get rid of these clothes because I don't ever plan on wearing these size 10s again. And, vamoose, you're gone. And then slowly but surely those 6s and that zipper be screaming for dear life, trying to zip everything in. It's an awful feeling. It takes such a toll. Did you ever fluctuate?
Yes, I was about to say I definitely understand how you feel. So originally I lost all this weight super fast, and then slowly, I won't say I started to gain a lot of weight. I think I've only gained 10 pounds within 2 years. So completely, which I feel like is okay. Some people is oh my God, they beat themselves up about it. But I'm long as I'm happy and my clothes are still cheap, I don't care. I think that's the biggest thing to me. Being able to walk into Target, Walmart, anywhere, and I can buy clothes.
Yeah.
Before then, I couldn't do that. It was either Lane Bryant, and no offense to everybody who shopped there, but I don't want to be going to church every day. I want to look cute. I want to feel good. So I definitely experienced that. Oh my God, can't fit that large no more. Let me go get the extra large and the 1X. But I'm okay with that because I'm I want my clothes to fit. I want to feel good when I go out. So it doesn't really bother me as long as I'm comfortable and I'm not overdoing it. I'm not gaining 20 pounds in a month or in a few months. Like, make sure I'm maintaining my weight at a healthy pace.
One thing that I hear some people talk about is like body positivity, you know, particularly for Black women, because we navigate this country where we feel, you know, unattractive sometimes, or told we're unattractive from everything to our skin tone, to our hair, through the decades. You know, it's always been something about why we're just undesirable. And so now in this space of, yes, if you're big, small, overweight, underweight, whatever, celebrate yourself. I wonder how we walk that slippery slope of, yes, body positivity, but also health. You know, like, yes, we want to celebrate you and we want you to feel good about yourself, but you know, if you're having vision challenges and here, like all the things that are impacting your health, because you were on the side of dealing with those health challenges, what do you say to women, young women in particular, who may feel like, yeah, it's okay, I'm going to eat all the things, I like my body and I'm fine with this. We don't want them to feel not fine, but what would you say to them about the health challenges of that kind of outlook?
So basically what you just said earlier about African American community, and then like me being in nursing school, like I'm almost there, but almost
Congrats.
yeah, thank you. And you walk out to these med search floors and it's nothing but Black older people there, or you know, that kind of take a toll on you too, because you like, I don't want to be like Big Mama. I want all my toes. I want all my fingers, you know? So when you see somebody that's in a different position, it's like, I want you to be happy. I want you to eat, but there's better options. Like, I never stopped eating candy. I just started eating candy that has 3 grams of sugar. Like, enjoy those things, but in a healthier way. Because you have to be real and be like, do you want to be like this? Do you want to have all these health complications? Like, not in a mean way, but like kind of just give them the overview of what they can look like in a few years or 10 years, 20 years. You don't want to be not being able to play with your kids or your grandkids because you don't have a leg anymore because you want to eat all day, you know? So just being real and being transparent and giving better options, I think, is what I would say to somebody else that's going through that.
We have to make sure we have that message. And quite honestly, Kathy, look, being healthy is a privilege sometimes. Because I think about all the Black folks. I might lose my amen corner out there, but I'm going to have to talk about President Obama for a minute, because it used to drive me crazy when he would, you know, lecture Black folks on their diet. And it's like, yeah, not everybody lives with a Whole Foods around the corner like you do. And sometimes the bodega is your grocery store. The neighborhood corner store is your grocery store. You don't have access to fresh produce all the time. Sometimes if you're trying to feed a family of 5 or 6 on a limited budget, you do not have the privilege of being able to buy fresh produce or lean meat products. Sometimes it's just a big old 5-pound thing of ground beef and some pasta. Stewed chicken, you know, all the things that, you know, we didn't grow up well. And so we didn't always have a diet. And sometimes you're drinking those sugary sodas and not water. So, you know, I don't know if we're still navigating those spaces among the 3 of us, but surely there are millions of people out there who live in food deserts. And any advice or thoughts on what those folks can do?